Greetings everyone, welcome to Advanced. This game was played in a US Chess Championship with the black pieces. We have Fabiano Caruana facing off against Sam Shankland once again. And hey, this is a game from round 9, so definitely any win, any draw, any losses are going to be really consequential here. So definitely it's going to be really important. So let's see here how Fabi is able to deal with this. Here with the white pieces, here Sam goes for e4. We have c5 by Fabi, knight to f3, e6, and just going for d4, just challenging the center. C captures, knight captures, and just going for this knight to c6. There's the Sicilian variation, Fabiano variation basically, and we have knight to c3, a6 now, and now just going for this bishop to e3. But now just going for this knight to f6, bishop to d3, queen to c7, and just going to e2. All Taimano variation, Bastrikov variation moves here, but just b5. Pushing it all the way, we have knight captures now, queen captures, and you could go for a move like e5 right from the opening, just taking away more space in the center. That also comes with an attack towards knight. And after b4, here you play e captures, b captures, bishop to d4, and after c caps on b2, bishop captures, you play bishop to b4 check first. Obviously you cannot play this because this would just lead to captures, so here you can have to play king to f1 and lose your castling privileges. But after bishop to b7 and after f3, your position should be fine. But here after queen caps on c6, a queen side castle by Sam, and now just comes bishop to b7. We have king to b1, bishop to e7 now, and now just going for this a3, queen to c7 now. Definitely, I mean, Fabi is definitely going to try and win this game and crush Sam as much as possible because he wants those points and he doesn't want to ruin his streak of winning the US Chess Championships. And hey, bishop to d2 was played. Now just comes castles, h4, but just d5, pushing in the center. So saying to Sam that you want to push it all the way, go ahead. I'm just going to be pushing in the center. But hey, just e captures, knight captures, and just bishop captures was played. But hey, just bishop to c3, and now you could go ahead in this position and play a move like bishop caps on e3, a3 in this position. Obviously, you can see that you cannot capture because queen captures, and you would not like that. What follows if you try to go for that? But after bishop caps on h7, you can go for a quick draw with this line. After king captures, you play queen to h5 check, and after king to g8, now play even rook captures on d5, sacrificing the exchange. And after e captures, bishop caps on g7, even sacrificing more material. And after king captures, you play queen to g5, and hopefully this will turn into the draw. But the thing is that obviously they're not here to go for draws, they're here to win the championship. Here just f5, just cutting off these bishops influence. But is this f5 a good move? Because now the thing is that king is a little bit weak. So is Fabi gonna suffer for this, or he's gonna win the game? Well, let's see here. Rook to h3 was played. Now just comes rook a to d8, and here we have g4, but just bishop to f6, challenging that piece. Bishop captures, rook captures, g captures was played. Now just comes e captures, and here just going for this rook to e3. We have bishop to f7, rook to e5. Now just going for this queen to d6. But now here a move like f4 would have been really nice, because after h5, now not allowing h5 from white, just queen to f3, you play g6, just maintain the structure. And after king to c1, you play queen to b6, and after queen to e3, asking for a trade, you play queen to c6. You don't want to trade in this position if you want to win. Here after rook to e1, you play rook f to d6, and after rook to c5, now just going for queen to d7. Your position would be fine. I mean, you're controlling the entirety of the d file. Obviously you cannot gain full access to it unless that bishop is there, but that's besides the point. But here after queen to d6, here rook to e1 was played, not f4, and now here bishop queen to d4, just challenging and going towards the center of the board. Normally centralizing the queen is a good move, but here just comes bishop caps on f5. So is it a giving up of a pawn, or was this a poison pawn? But here just comes queen caps on h4. We have f3 now, and just queen to f4. Now you are challenging this, so rook cannot move from the entirety of the 5th rank. But here what do? A queen to e4, asking for a trade, and Fabi obliges. Queen captures, bishop captures, g6 now, and now just going for this king to c1, king to g7, and just a4. We have b caps on a4, rook to a5, now bishop to e8, and here just going for rook to c5, h5, even just pushing that. So it's most likely going to be a race who's the better pass pawn, the h pawn or the c pawn. And here c4, we have king to h6, rook to g1, bishop to h7, and just king to c2. But here just rook to g8, rook to e1 was played, just g5. We have rook caps on a4, g4 even, and here just going for f captures, rook caps on g4. And in this position, the move that you want to play, I mean really the move that you want to play is maybe just bishop to d5, centralizing the piece, ask for a trade. Your position is fine. Next move, maybe you can go for the pushing of the pawn, and we can see who wins the race. But after bishop to b7 here, I mean, the position just completely falls apart, and you're gonna really have to see and find the winning move in this position. I'm going to ask you to pause the video and try and find out the only winning move for Fabi in this position. So have at it. So congratulations to everyone who's able to find this move. The move is actually bishop to g6. This is the only winning move, and the thing is that how it wins, well, you're gonna have to see a few moves into the future, and by few moves I mean like 5 or 6 moves, because the thing is that king to d2, and now you have rook to d4 check. King moves further back, rook to e6 check, and after king to f2, rook to d2 check. All moves are forced here. After king to g3, rook to d3 check, and after king to f2, it just rook to b6. And now the thing is that you're gonna lose the pawn, you're gonna lose the piece. There is not much you can do. If you try to save the piece, then just comes, mating net. Here rook caps on b2, and after king to e1, rook to e3 check, king to d1, rook to g3, and after bishop to b2, just trying to prevent that. Here just rook g caps on g2, and after rook caps on h5, just basically playing null moves. After bishop captures king to c1, and rook g to c2 would be checkmate, because bishop covers this entire thing and rook covers this, and you're getting checked from this rook. But here after rook to b6, b4 was played, giving up the piece and trying to survive, but the game is far lost. Here rook caps on b7 was played, rook to c6. Now just comes this rook to f7 check, king to e2, and rook to g3. It just rook caps on a6, h4 now, and it was on this move, on just move 48, that here Sam Shankland resigned the game, and Fabi, with only one blunder played by Sam in the entirety of the game, and Fabi was able to capitalize on that. That's absolutely spectacular, and finding that move was not easy at all. So really kudos to Fabi. And what a game, really, what a game. Insane move found by Fabi here. That too in time pressure, bishop to g6. What a brilliant move. But the thing is that Fabi is no stranger to finding all of these moves. He finds them very, like 9. If you take it from a score of 100, he will find them like 94, 95 times. That's why he's world number 3, and soon his rating is about to rise. He's about to reach the 2800 club, and that's definitely going to happen soon. But will he be able to win the US Chess Championship? We're just going to have to wait and see. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll be coming back with some of these amazing games, so stay tuned to the channel, stay updated, and I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon. Thank you very, very much for watching.